Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Great to have you here again Friday. A late one at that. Glass of red in hand. It's been a long day. Hope you're all well out there, wherever you are. If you're coming to us on the podcast and listening in, if you've just dropped past on your way through the effervescent flow of YouTube videos available out there. Hope it's something you're into, something hope to keep you interested long enough anyway to stay and subscribe to the channel. This is a daily show, Monday to Friday. Today is the end of the week. Last show of the week. I am normally a little bit earlier than this. I had a big day. It rained all day today, so I went out and shot photos in it and video. I got back out to John Forrest National Park. I've got another video coming up on that. If you haven't seen or heard of it before, I do have a video on the channel, Swan View Tunnel and National Park Falls. Go check that out. It was dry then, but the tunnel's amazing. It's an old railway tunnel cut through the mountains in the early 1800s, I believe, from memory. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks. It's much more than that, this national park. It's beautiful. It's got a massive, gorgeous picnic area. It's got two waterfalls, National Park waterfalls and Hovia Falls. And I went out to Hovia Falls when it was dry the other week, just doing some research. And I'm going to probably combine that video with the stuff I got in the wet weather stuff today. I guess it's two different looks at the same sort of area. But totally different ballpark today. Got out there probably about 10 o'clock today. Blowing a gale, windy, wet, torrential rain. Or not torrential rain, not Darwin rain, but still rain, good solid rain. So I was getting wet. I'm drying out stuff. You might see stuff. I've got the new tripod which I tested out, my three-legged thing, Albert. That went a treat. Super stiff. That's the only thing I've noticed on it. The joints are really solid. The other ones I can sort of just push in and out. This one's nearly a two-hand operation. But other than that, never missed a beat. Really good angles, solid. Lock it up. It does not move, and that's exactly what you want from a tripod. And I guess that's why they are a little bit stiff in the joints. The fact that after many thousands of uses, it's probably going to stay the same, or you want it firm. You don't want it loose and vibrating. So I'm super stoked with how the tripod worked out. That was really good. You've probably noticed, what's this lens you've got here, Ash? Well, I haven't got the back end on it, so I want to keep the dust out. It's not a Canon. This is my Sigma 16mm, my baby. I love this lens since I bought it in October, I think. It's about 2 weeks after they released it. I bought this. I knew it was going to be perfect for what I wanted. I shoot a lot of prime stuff. I don't shoot a lot of zoom stuff. The 1545's been in my bag. It's in my box now. I don't even carry the 1545, the kit lens, because I just didn't use it. Where this is fantastic. All my astro photography and everything with that 1.4, it's been fantastic. I love it. It's never missed a beat. But I'm trying new things. I've saved up. I found a good one on eBay, and I've got on here now, which I'm filming on, is the 10-18 EFS, and it's a 4.5 to 5.6 image stabilized. Now, low light, it's a little bit tricky. I had to pump the lights up, and I had to pump up the ISO for the show, which I normally don't have to worry about. I can normally work out here with the Sigma. No dramas at all. I have noticed with the adapter on, the Canon adapter on, going to the M50, it has cropped down basically very close to this. I can get about the same frame with my Sigma, which is strange because that's a 16mm, so that should go to a 24. And this is a 10, so that should theoretically go to, say, a 15. So basically be what this should be. And that's why I went this way, to get that little bit extra wider, that 5mm wider. That can be a massive amount if you're talking astrophotography or landscape. That's a huge amount. So it's going to be interesting. I've got to do some more research. I thought the best place to start is straight away, get it on the camera. Let's see what it's like for another day, another vlog series. So I'll use that thing, and then I can obviously talk about my little baby. As I said, if you're looking for a great lens that can pretty much do it all, vlogging, wide angle shots, astro shots, everything, you would be hard pressed to find a better lens. I have had zero dramas, an intermittent, occasional, once every 5 weeks, little bit of a pulse in it, and then you just switch the camera off to it again, and it goes. But other than that, and I've had worse on the 28-80, which I'll talk about in a sec. This has been fantastic, and this has caught the best photos of my life, without a doubt, in the last 6 months now. It's been, Jesus Christ, it's flying along. So that changed the channel and took the quality of my channel up tenfold. So that was worth it. Every part, I think it was like $550. They were on special. I think they were 15% off or something, DigiDirect, when they come out. So, or through Sigma, I can't remember. I know I was on special and I got it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes through DigiDirect. They're normally really, really good for the Sigma stuff. So that's why that girl's sitting there. We're trying out this one. Hopefully this is going to go really well. I'm looking forward to see what I can do. That 10 to 18, see if there's any difference in it, what we can do. I don't think it'll zoom out anymore. Or have I got it? 118, that's fine. Aha! There you go. And that's the difference. That's huge. Rightio, so at the 18, which was basically the same or a little bit more than the 16, that was a very similar crop. And that's now back down to 10 mil. So you can see the difference in the heights. Normally I'm just above that, or just above that line. That's my guide point for setting up the Sigma. And I just try and trim the top of that desk off, or the top of the toolbox off here. You can see that 10 mil just goes, and that's why I got this lens, for stuff like that. It's a little bit far back for what we're doing, but that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that already. That makes it, whoa. That's a big difference. So yeah, it's good. I'm doing a lot of landscape stuff. Everything I seem to do is a lot of wide angled stuff. If I do need to do a zoom for a panorama, I'll go my 55-200 from Canon. That is a fantastic lens. I've loved that. I really love that lens. Super light, super small, but can give me a massive zoom on the M50 with that crop advantage it gets. So yeah, pretty cool and super happy. Big things happening. Trying to get the channel and make it a little bit better for you, give you some better clarity of the photos and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I had to get one of these, the adapters. Got that today. Thank you, DigiDirect. Good work. So that makes things. So now I can also use, I've got my Viltrox, the booster one, which will keep it at a thing, but that doesn't work with EFS. This one does. So now I've got the option of get EF lenses. I can use EF and EFS lenses on the M50, whatever I can get or whatever I buy, I can try them out. And if it's an EF lens, which is a bonus, which I'm going to be trying to buy, it will let me get zero crop because of that booster on the Viltrox. So I've got a few options up my sleeve, something new for the new financial year coming up. Get it in before this end of this tax time for the business, because this is a business to me. So I've got to get all my ducks in a row and get my tax ready so I can try and claim all this stuff. So that's all happening. Speaking of tax time, there's a heap of sales on it now. If you haven't been bombarded already, you would have seen all the millions of sales going on. It's a crazy time out there. I suggest the best thing, don't go hock for leather. There's so many people selling so many different things. Write down what you need, not what you want, but what you need that's going to help you get better in photography or fishing or that outdoor things. If you need it, it's cold, you need a good jacket that's waterproof. There's a heap of those out there, especially on the Kickstarters and Indiegogos. There's a heap of them. I think I've been looking at that Stellar equipment lately. They don't have any sales, but they look like they're the best you can get. So it's been pretty pretty hard to get a deal on those. But most companies are having sales on. I think I got my what was that jacket I got? There's heaps there. Even Dana boots, I tried them today. So I did about 8-9 Ks in my new Dana boots today. Fantastic. They were so comfy. Walked through water. Socks totally dry at the end of the day. I was super wrapped with them. The only thing is I wouldn't have got the 63-inch long laces. They're a little bit long. Had to tie them about 5 times to keep them out of the water, but the boots were super comfy. I've got another set of them coming, so I can have one at work where I do heaps of bush hikes, and then one here at home so I don't have to take them in my bag, so that's super. That's about it on the gear wise. I did have a major stuff up today. It's been, I guess, 15 years since I've got done for a speeding ticket, and I stuffed up. Those mongrel revenue raises got me today, and I'm not happy about it. I'm very pissed. Dropped Jack off school, was taking Carla to work, and come round the corner, and then we've got one of the busiest roads that leads into the city, West Swan. It's a feeder road, so just heaps of traffic in the morning. Had a gap, had to go out, got into it, powered off, didn't even think. I normally drive everywhere in cruise control, and what do you know? Stupid friggin' permanent built outside a winery speed camera setup got me. So I guess I'm going to have to find out what these point system is. I've never lost a point, and I have no idea what they are because I've always had an NT license which has never had points. So that's going to be interesting to find out what this point system's all about and how it all works. I'm assuming they'll tell me how it all works when they send me out the bill. And what was even better, apparently it's a long weekend this weekend, which I had no idea because I work FIFO with everyone else. We don't get public holidays off. So public holidays is the last thing we care about. So yeah, it was pretty funny. So now apparently that's double the points, whatever the points are. So yeah, double smashed, double fisted, not happy Jan. Damn revenue, bloody government. If they don't get enough out of your tax, they still got the urge to bloody come out and smash you with speed cameras. And pissing down rain, I seen another one on the freeway. Wow. So even with COVID, they're still out there trying to make a buck. No concerns, of course, never have been about anyone's safety. It's all about the cash. Damn shame. Anyway, let's get on some fun stuff. NASA. Oh, actually, one more thing. I did have... I finally got some lights. I think I told you about them. Well, I can show them better. These guys on the podcast can't hear them, but I did go the Alanzi. I think they're got two for $50 or two for $45 on eBay. Magnetic at the back. Beautiful. Work real well. Hold down to light it. I've got a little yellow gel on there. Super bright. Work really well. So I give them a bit of a play today, trying to light some stuff. They'll be really good when I'm at work, doing some night stuff and astro with the water and trees and stuff. So that's really cool. Little USB-C charging. So I've just got them in a little kit there. So I've got 3 of them now, magic. So that was the other thing I did want to punch out to you. Now, big news. Not too much other stuff I want to talk about on that regards, on new stuff. I did get that 28 to 80 lens. I did fire some shots off on that today. I found the images look pretty good out of it. I was pretty happy with that. But I am a little concerned because I had the circular polarizer on the lens, and when I was trying to adjust the circular polarizer, because I was shooting some waterfalls and stuff and trying to pick up the colours of the rock, the lens wanted to move in and out like I was affecting the zoom or something. So I don't know if it's a faulty lens or my Canon 55 to 200 doesn't do that. I'm not sure what the go is with that. But yeah, it didn't like me moving the end where you're constantly doing ND filters and stuff like that. So if you understand that one and you've had that one before, or you know that if it is a fault or something, can you let us know there below? That'd be much appreciated. So first initial trial wasn't the best for it. It was nice. Had some good being able to adjust range and get in and do some tight stuff. I did play with that a bit, so that was good. But yeah, just a little bit weird. Just didn't feel right. And I guess after this, it's tricky. But yeah, so I don't know. The 10 to 18 feels a little bit different. I haven't tried to play with it while it's on, so I've got to do some work with that one and suss it out. Give it a few weeks and I'll give you a bit more of a review on both of them, see how they both go. Now, NASA and SpaceX launched astronauts the other day on the 27th. So what's the date? It's 29th, 2 days ago. Did the first astronauts into space from American soil since 2011 when they shut down the shuttle program. Huge news across the world. It was a massive, big following on YouTube. You could live watch it. Heaps of people on there checking it out. It was pretty darn cool. Very interesting from a space perspective. Obviously, Tesla and SpaceX and all the stuff they're doing with the satellites, the Mars program and all that. Huge things happening in space, which is good. It means there's options there for companies to make products, to build products, to test products in space, to get that technology back and to use that in our society. So that's good, which is what the space has led to a huge amount of, I guess, jumps in evolution of technology in the last 20 to 30 years. And that will, I guess, then flow on down the track for us as well. So that's really good to get that. It's all you don't really, there's no real negatives about trying to go out there and do stuff with, even if you don't get to Mars, just building technology and that will then flow backwards into the normal population. So that was pretty cool, and I'm a big fan of space. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Mars? I think I asked the question of Nick Page the other day on one of his live streams. If Elon Musk said to you, we'll chuck you on a spaceship and send you to Mars to go shoot and take the first photos on Mars, but you may not come back, would you go? And he straight away, yeah, I'll go. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think it'd be hard pressed for myself that'd be a huge thing for me, especially with a son. It'd be very tricky to sort of make that decision. I don't think I'd jump at it that quick, but I know I'd want to do it. So that's really tricky. But yeah, I mean, very, very cool. It's great to see them get back out there. Probably a little bit more safer than the other programs going on in the other parts of the world, but they're getting out there, getting done. It's good for everyone, I think. And then last but not least, for this week, to finalise it off, a big department of institution in Australian radio, Alan Jones. He's been on the radio he's had his own show for 35 years, the breakfast show, like up at like sparrows fart every morning, ridiculous times for 30, just unbelievable that he still does this. He's retired from that show, he's moving on to different things, which I'm sure he'll do. He's been a huge part of the Australian radio landscape in Australia, and I think it's hard shoes to fill. Whoever takes over his job is gonna have to really do really well and put on a good show for his listeners if he wants to capture them. So huge thing. 35 years in radio. That is such a hard thing to do in any field, no matter what to be at the top level. In sports, in whatever you do, 35 years at the top is massive. A big congrats to him, and hope he enjoys a little bit of a sleep in, at least. I guess we'll find out Monday. That'll be his first sleep in. He probably won't know what to do. He'll probably get up and go, I can go back to bed. Yeah, and just go and crash. So anyway, that's it from me for another week. Hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy it. A little bit more restrictions open up next week on June 6th for us over here in WA. Beauticians open again. A few other bits and pieces. Expanding their rosters in the pubs and clubs and drinking scenarios. And still no news on when the actual interstate border will open. that's still a no-no, and there's some heated issues going on there. So piece by piece, we'll get there. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you all again Monday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Stay safe, and wherever you're going that way, I'll see you on Monday. Peace out.